Hello everyone, Skoggul here, doing a ranked game on this account. Since this isn't my main account, I am still in the placement games on this account. They had 5 games played from other people before they stopped doing ranked on this account. So we're going to show you, I'm going to take over the rank, play some of these lower elo games, and talk about some of the things I notice, some of the things my team does good, some they do bad. Really quickly, let's look at the items in this game. There is only 1 boots on my team. I start cloth 5 because I just don't trust them to give me a good leash. Probably should have started boots 3. But I have found that when you play at some of the lower elos, it's sometimes a bad idea to start without cloth armor when jungling. And as a mid and top laner, especially 1v2 top laner, I do not think a Doran's Ring is a good item. It's not going to cost him and kill him, especially since the other team is also full of it and only has 1 boots. So you can see Doran's Shields, Doran's Blade, Doran's Shield, Amplifying Tome, boots. And then on my team, Doran's Ring, Cloth, Amplifying Tome, Doran's Ring. But what I will say is they have no jungler. This is a ranked game. This is not a regular normal game. I have no idea why they have no jungle. And it makes no sense to me, but oh well. My team gives me a way better leash than I expected, so that's kind of good. I almost wish I would have saved Smite with that cloth. I could have went right over to their red because there's no jungler, no risk. I'd probably do it anyhow, considering unless I can't outduel the guy, then I don't want to get caught. But you can set them back significantly taking one of their 2 buffs. So if you ever have a chance to take their red, I would do it, or their blue. So I'll speed it up a little bit. All I do is clear the jungle for a minute. Top's already crying for help. It is a 2v1 lane. She can farm by her tower, but I guess with Jace and Tryndamere, they're just going to push on her all day and make it hard for her to farm. So I'm going to be going top a lot. In some ways, I wish I had a more competent top that was comfortable in the situation so I could just abuse bottom and mid. But you'll find out very quickly that my bottom lane does not need help. Blood-boiled graves against 2 melees is just not scary for my bottom lane. They're going to be just fine. So I'm going to get myself into position and go gank bottom. I've told him I was coming in chat. I'm pinging it. I tell him she doesn't really go in. They're going to blow a lot of summoner spells on me real quick. And they're just not doing that much damage. They focus me and not Diana, which is a mistake for them. And there I'm going to turn around because I thought Diana could finish it, but she doesn't finish this kill. And Jace is going to try to kill me. That's the 2nd ignite blown on me. I've got the health pots ticking. He stops because he thought he killed me, but he didn't kill me. So fortunately I got away with that. I kind of knew I would because they're both 80s. Tryndamere has boots and he has a Doran's Blade, but he can't chase me because he doesn't have boots, and that is why I base to get boots before I gank, because if it went bad, which it's a 2v2, so it's like ganking when their jungler's there, it very likely can go bad. I kept trying to tell this Diana that it's not a great idea to gank for her until we get the level advantage. It'll set me back from farming, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. It made her happy. She feels like I'm not ignoring her, and maybe that is more important than me getting a little bit of farm. I know I can always catch up with both jungles available. It'll never be an issue for me to keep up in levels and farm. So I get the red buff, and then I'm going to base. And at this point, I'm thinking we need to get their blue buff, either on me or Ziggs. And Ziggs pulls off that kill. It was a pretty cool kill. I'll go back to it real quick. Okay, so I just want you to watch this fight for a second, and I'm watching this for my red buff. Sad I couldn't participate, but Ziggs makes a really good play, lands that, flashes out of his skill shot, and is able to get the ignite in the first blood. That was a very good play by my Ziggs. So I'm pretty confident that bottom and mid are okay, because mid's doing great, and bottom's holding them to Jax's 2 CS, and I don't care if Volibear gets farmed. I'm just looking at Jax's 2 CS and thinking that I really don't need to be bottom a lot. I need to be stealing their buffs, and I need to be helping top, so this Diana, who's crying nonstop in chat, will be happy. And I don't know why. Diana's doing just fine, so I guess she's not really farming well. Jace and Tryndamere are easily out farming her, but that's what happens when you push. They're gonna go back and leave her some solo farm. This is a mistake. One of them should have stayed to harass Diana. They let Diana get some free farm here. I go for the brand here, but Ziggs doesn't even move until after the gank was over, so whatever. It's not a big deal. I'm just gonna come up, ward, start stealing their jungle as much as I can. Hopefully my top will, or my mid can take advantage of our Wraith camp. And I see Ziggs coming, so I wait. If you ever see the guy coming, you want to wait for him so that this gank is going to work better. I go in right after the Jace. He's squishier. He's just funner to kill. He thinks he's so great. Get my kill on Jace. My team didn't hit him once, which I don't quite understand. And dives for the full Tryndamere. And anyhow, I don't know why you wait for a gank and then have them not help, but it happened. It worked. We got the kill. Whatever. So their top lane's a little bit more scared now, knowing that we can bring it and hurt them. And this is kind of what I love about Hecarim. I probably could have gone boots and mobility, but I really wanted to be able to tower dive. I really like getting a Frozen Heart Ninja Toppy and just tower diving. If you're not against an AP lane who can do free damage to you, it's not really scary. It works out really well. So I'm pinging my blue, trying to tell Ziggs to take it, but Diana decides she needs it more than Ziggs needs it, so she's going to come take it, I believe. Yeah, Diana comes and gets it. And since she's 2v1, we kind of let her. We don't cry too much. It's alright. It's not like Brand's getting blue against Ziggs, so there's no advantage we're losing there. And I'm getting closer to my Glacial Shroud, but I basically think, especially in ranked, you want to be buying wards every time you base. If you're not buying wards every time you base, your elo is probably where it deserves to be if it's not very high. So I'm noticing on their team, Tryndamere's warding, but all he has is a Doran Shield, and Doran Shield Tryndamere is just simply not scary. Jax is still at his Doran Shield. I guess he had DC'd, and there goes Brand DC, but they'll both come back. At that point, I was just kind of pushing out, trying to get there, get a ward in the river. It's hard to know where to ward without a jungler. It's definitely throwing me off this game. And Jace has disappeared. We don't know where Jace is. For whatever reason, I can see him, so I'm going to change the map. We didn't know where Jace was when I came. I guess I'd run through a ward looking at it from the all vision, and that would be why. Makes sense. So I'm figuring ward's top is warded at this point, and I'm just going to continue on stealing the jungle. I want to kill this Tryndamere. Again, not sure why Ziggs doesn't respawn very quick, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and get myself out of there. I knew I'd be safe, I just didn't know if we'd get that kill. It's hard because Tryndamere just hits ult and doesn't die. And he's got a million potions in his Berserker Screes. Nothing special, nothing to be scared of yet. At this point I'm going to go get the red buff, and Diana gets a solo kill top. So at this point we've given her the blue buff. I've ganked first several times, and bottom is just wrecking their bottom. Their bottom, Jax is still at 3 CS, Volibear's at 16, and Nunu's at 29, beating both of them, and that's the support. And Graves is at 51. I don't understand why Nunu is at 29. Nunu should probably be farming less, but I guess this is AP Nunu, and he wanted nothing to do with supporting, so whatever. That's the case, that's the case. Help Diana pick up that second kill. I have no idea why Brand wasn't trying to do more to save Jace. One stun and Jace would have got away. So, anyhow, wasn't a good play by them. Help pick up this tower. I'm going to go get their red buff, as this red buff is ticking off me, and mostly I don't want them to have it. Diana thinks she needs it, but I don't think she needs to be auto-attacking people. I'm just fine giving her blues, but I told her that I want the red since she's just in a 2v1 lane all day. I'd rather be able to chase people down. And I'm pinging the blue. I'm trying to tell them to come take it. And they see Brand, and so they're going to push that lane out instead. I don't know why they come. Volibear comes, they're going to pick up an easy kill. I could show you that replay. It's kind of funny, actually. Here's Volibear. Wants to come through this brush. That didn't work out. Good job, Volibear. So, I get blue buff. Makes it so I have more mana. And there's always the other team's blue buff that's up. I should go help them get that, but top's basically been abandoned at this point, and I really don't want to lose the tower for no reason, so I'm going to come take top, And I'm going to come do top again because Jace stays there, takes the free farm, and pushes out again. So I don't want to lose this tower, and no one really wants to go there, so I'm just going to push it out. I don't see Jace this time. I was going to circle around and try to attack him, but he's not there, so we're going to go fight in the middle lanes and see what my team can do. And it's important here, we have like no wards out. I think, Ziggs actually bought some wards, but he doesn't place them. We pretty much need to get those wards placed at this point. I pick up that kill on Brand. Hold on, let me show you this fight. So here we're kind of poking back and forth, playing this game of we'll hit your tower. If you don't stop us, they're going to come try to stop us. And they get all up front thinking that it'll be a good idea to attack me. I'm very tanky at this point with my chainmail and my ninja tabi. The tower, as long as I don't take too many tower shots, isn't going to really hurt me. Brand's really the only one who could hurt me on their team. And he tries to ult and get out of there, so I pick up the kill. Probably should have let Diana have that one. Jax jumps in, but they're just going to obliterate Jax. And he jumps in for about no reason. That was not a good idea for him. And now Volibear comes late. When you're fighting, don't come in one at a time. If someone goes and you want to fight it, just go. Don't keep coming in one after the other, letting the other team focus one guy, then focus the next guy, then focus the next guy. So that was a huge mistake by their team. I know so many of them are dead, and we just saw Jace. He took the tower for that. Probably a good response since they weren't going to get a tower with us there, as we're all basically stronger than their team. When you look at the gold, I think it is, yeah, their strongest guy has 3,400 gold, and our weakest guy has 4,100 gold, so almost no way we can lose that. And I'm going to try to go take the dragon. Graves at least comes. Ziggs has more important things to do, I guess. I guess he's coming. That's good. For some reason, I remember him not coming. And just want to look at this real quick. This is not where I would place the wards after the tower's down. That would have been useful while the tower's up, but go ward into their jungle. I just want to talk about that real quick. Do not ward there anymore. That's not needed. That's not very necessary for where we're at. Warding their blue buff so that they can't take that. And this is the one death I have. I'm going to ult onto the towers. My team was all there, and I just took too much damage from all their guys. But we come away, we get 3 out of that, get the other guys low, have the big giant wave and a siege minion going off to the tower, and my Graves is still up. So it's really not a big deal, as they cannot defend the tower because of that fight before. It probably was not the best idea. I don't suggest doing that by any means, but it didn't kill us either. And Graves is able to finish that off. Diana's able to escape. For some reason they used a summoner spell when it wasn't needed. That's something that people do that kind of makes no sense to me. So Jax is just going to kind of get kited here. And Brand just blows up, but he does take out Graves. I don't know, if you play against Brand and you're an 80 carry, you have to try to dodge his skill shots, as you can't just take Brand's nuke to your face. You will die for that. And it's okay, we're winning this game pretty solidly. It's not going to be very difficult to pick up the win. And my team's going to go, we're going to kind of pick this fight. And I'm going to go stay in this brush, because I know that if Diana shows top, that they'll come. I wish Nunu would stay in the brush, especially AP Nunu. I would love for him to land that ult to start a fight. It'd be the greatest initiation ever. But Nunu's super wants to farm or whatever, so he goes up there and shows. And sometimes not showing where you're at is way more important than trying to do that. So we get Volibear really low, can't finish him off, kind of makes me sad. And we have Jax fairly low and Brand's low. The one thing is, with Brand, you still have to dodge all the skill shots. So there, down goes Volibear. There's Nunu's ult. It wasn't really a great ult, but that's fine. Graves was really good despite having this Nunu support. I guess the Nunu support does more damage. Ziggs gets there, does a nice job landing his ult, and that's kind of what you can't do. They were in between two towers and could have fought at either tower, but engaged just in between them, and that makes really no sense. They couldn't fight us straight up in a fight, so we're almost double their gold at this point. They would have been way better off to have just fought us at the tower and make us dive. I guess they didn't want to give up that tower, but they were way better off giving up that tower. Instead, they gave up the game. I don't think there was much they could have done. Anyhow, that was my first ranked game on this account. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Good luck in your matches.